Hello YouTube. My name is Braden Gerard, and today we're going to take a look at another one of my Shopify tutorial videos. Today we're going to be looking at variables and how you can use variables inside of your Liquid templates. Now, just like in any programming language, variables are key to holding on to data that you might need to use later on, or accessing things from the Shopify store that you want to show in your template. So today we're going to look at 3 different types of variables that you can use inside of your template code, and you can use these variables to show or hide things or to display different pieces of data in parts of your template. So let's jump into the code and take a look.
Okay, now we're going to look at variables in Liquid. So if you need to create variables in your template, you can use the variable tag. So the variable tag is denoted by the keyword assign and then the name that you want to give to your variable. So in this case, I'm going to say favorite food, and we'll make that equal to whatever my favorite food is. So I'm going to say tacos. All right, so there I now have a string variable that is assigned to tacos. So if I wanted to then print out my favorite food, I could say my favorite food is, and then I can print out that variable. Favorite food. And if I save that, you'll see that the page now says my favorite food is tacos. Okay, and we can assign any data type to a variable. The only exception there is that we can't actually create lists in variables. We can only create lists by splitting strings or by having lists given to us by Shopify. I've mentioned that in a previous video, and I just wanted to remind you of that. So we could also make our variable equal to a Boolean. So we could say assign, I don't know, first time visitor maybe. This is someone who's just visiting the site, and we want this to be known in our template. We could say that is equal to true. Okay, and then we close that, and then we'd maybe welcome them if they're a first-time visitor. So we'd say if first-time visitor is equal to true, and we just say welcome to our site. Enjoy 10% off as a new customer. And then we could put close our if. And if we save that, it's going to say welcome to our site, enjoy 10% off as a new customer. All right, let's just throw a break tag in here just so that this isn't all on the same line. And there you see that we're also getting this variable printed out because our first time visitor variable is true. Another thing that we can do with variable tags is we can use the capture tag. So if we create a capture tag, what a capture tag can do is it will grab whatever is in between the opening and closing capture tag. So let's create a capture tag here called about me. Okay, and for the sake of this demo, we'll also create 2 regular variable assigns. One with my name, we'll say, which is equal to Braden, and then we'll do another one with, let's say, favorite color is equal to green. So now we have those 2 variables and we have our capture. Now, if I wanted to capture this information into one variable, we could say I am, and then print out my name, and I like the color, and then here we'll put favorite color. Okay, and then we can close this capture. So we write end capture. And what that'll do is everything between those capture tags will be assigned into the variable about me. So it'll create a string inside of that about me variable. So now if we go down here and we say about me, and I save that, I am Braden and I like the color green. Okay, that variable becomes everything that we've captured inside of it. The final thing that we can do with our variable tags is we can increment and decrement things. Okay, so if we wanted to increase a counter, for example, we could do that. The way we would do that is with the increment tag. So let's create a for loop here, and if you remember back to our for video, which if you haven't watched, go check it out. It's our iteration video on for loops. And we learned there that you can use a range. So we could say for I in, and then create a range, let's say 1 to 10. And then we close that, and then close our for. And inside of there, okay, let's just increment a counter. So we could simply create a tag that says increment, and then we'll just call it counter. Okay, and then after the for loop, we'll just print out that counter. And let me get rid of this for you guys just so it's not confusing. All right, and then we will run that, or save that, sorry, and you'll see we get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this creates a list with all of the numbers that are inside of our counter. Now, the other thing that we could do is we could decrement the counter. So here, if I say decrement, and we save that, you see negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, negative 10. So why is it printing out negative 10 twice? And same with increment. If we put increment here, right? Why is it printing out 10 only once? So if we look, this starts at 0 and goes to 10. So here I'm printing out, or I'm looping, sorry, iterating from 1 to 10. So if we print out that I value, okay, we'll see that we're getting 1, and it's going to print out the increment. So let me just comment this out for a minute. So I'm now using the comment tag, which is a theme tag specifically for Shopify theming. And we're going to talk about theme tags in a future video, so make sure to check that out. But if I comment out this and we just run the iteration with the I, we're seeing that our iteration is going from 1 to 10, right? So it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's running 9 times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, 10 times. Yes, we've got 10 digits there. So it's running 10 times. The loop is going through the code 10 times. So we're incrementing 10 times. Okay, so we know that. So let's remove this comment now, remove that I value, and run this again and take a look at our output. So we see here we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 outputs. Okay, so these first 10 outputs are what's happening inside of the for loop, and this last output is our counter output here. Okay, so our counter is showing a value of 10, and our increment is showing that it starts at 0 and ends at 9. So what we can see here is that increment always, when you run the increment, it always prints out the current value of increment before it's been incremented. Or sorry, in this case, the current value of counter before it's been incremented. And since counter was never assigned to any value before, it starts at 0. Okay, it's a new number, and it's a new number that hasn't been assigned to any value is 0. So it starts at 0, and increment will print out that starting value, or the current value, and then it will increment it. And then on the next loop, it's now 1 because it's been incremented. So it prints out that current value and then increments it. So it always prints out what the value is, and then it increments it. So then that's why we're seeing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it prints out 10 at the end because it's been incremented again after that last iteration, and we print it out. Similarly, if we do the decrement, right, this should make more sense now. Decrement, made a mistake there. If we print out this now, you'll see that the current value is -1 if we start with a fresh counter that's on a decrement, and then it goes all the way down to -10, and then it prints out the -10 again at the end. So notice though there is a difference with decrement. Decrement will print out the value after it's been decremented. Okay, so in this case, the counter starts at 0 and it gets decremented and then printed out. So just notice that difference between increment and decrement. The increment prints out the value before it's been incremented, and decrement prints out the value after it's been decremented. That's all we have to talk about for variable tags. I hope that helped.
Thanks for tuning in to another one of my Shopify Liquid tutorial videos. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you learn a little bit more about Shopify Liquid templating, then feel free to leave a thumbs up on the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to catch more of our Shopify Liquid tutorial videos and future development tutorial videos that we're going to be doing here. Thanks. Have a great day.